What's up, y'all? I want to talk to you guys about the No Limit versus Cash Money versus that happened last night. And I must say, it was great. I had a good time. I had a great time watching it. It was a movie, man. I'm telling you, it was great. This is the second versus that I watched so far. The first one I saw was Bow Wow versus Soulja Boy back in 2021. So this is the second versus that I ever seen. The rest of them I just saw clips of them, but Bow Wow versus Soulja Boy and Cash Money versus No Limit is the only ones that I saw. You know, but yeah, it was cool. It was great. Like I said, it felt like a movie. I had a great time watching it. I watched it live last night. They played some good songs. One thing I didn't like was when I was getting ready for the verses, I thought it was supposed to come on at 9 o'clock, but come to find out, I got there when I watched it, when I started watching it at 9 o'clock, they was already playing their music, so I was like, that's a red flag already. So I found out that they probably been, I think the verses probably started like 15 minutes before, honestly. But it was cool. I'm always gonna ride with Cash Money. You know what I mean? But I don't like the fact. I just wish Turk could have been. I wish Lil Wayne could have been there. I'm hearing, I'm hearing that people saying that there was an interview saying that Wayne said out of his mouth that if Turk wasn't gonna be at certain events, then he wasn't going to come. If they was to do Cash Money, events and stuff like that. Only thing I didn't like was that I felt like, I don't know if when it comes to the verses, because I had the same problem with Bow Wow and Soulja Boy verses. When I'm watching this Cash Money versus that happened last night, one thing I'm noticing that I didn't like is, I don't know if the artists themselves are allowed to have I don't know if they're in charge of what songs that they can perform and do. You know what I mean? Because I'm watching the verses last night. Like I said, I'm Cash Money. You know what I'm saying? I'm Cash Money all the way. But No Limit, they was doing their thing. So last night I'm watching it, and No Limit was playing a few songs, and I'm like, damn, like the songs that Cash Money was playing, like I felt like some of them wasn't good responses compared to what No Limit was playing. You see what I'm saying? Like No Limit might play, Bout it, and you bout it. And then Cash Money may come with something like Gator boots, put the Gucci shoe. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, like that's not a good response to Bout it. Not saying that they did play that in response to Bout it. I'm just giving you as an example of what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think they was playing good responses. Because I'm sitting there looking at it like, you know what, they could have played Throw Your Sets Up to Bout It. Like when No Limit played Bout It, they could have played Throw Your Sets Up, nigga, Throw Your Sets Up off of 400 Degrees album. You know what I mean? Like, man, like No Limit was playing like Cash Money was playing the hits, and No Limit was playing like deep cuts. You know what I mean? So I just feel like it was a little off. But going towards the end, I feel like Cash Money kind of like was, fighting, fighting back a little bit harder than he was towards the middle. Like Cash Money started off swinging. You know what I'm saying? Cash Money swung too, but like I feel like No Limit was kind of doing their thing towards the middle. Like the middle, you know what I mean? They was doing their thing, and then Snoop Dogg came out. That was pretty good. I like when they did. It was a song that No Limit had did. I forgot what song they did, but Cash Money came back and responded to that song. But Cash Money is an Army by BG. I felt like that was a good response. I was like, oh shit, like you know what I mean? Like I had a good time. I was like, okay, this that Cash Money feeling. But yeah, like it was good, man. It was good. One of my favorite moments was I like when BG BG funny. It was a part. My favorite part was BG. He talk. He be like, "Wah," like that New Orleans. They be like, "Wah," but BG was like, what's Zam? And then he started talking to me and X, like, cause me and X was looking good. He was like, Juan, what's Zam? He was like, what's up, me and X? He, just speaking to her, but it looked like he was trying to, like, I don't know if he was trying to shoot a shot at her or what, but it was nice. It was cute to see it. It was hilarious. And he was like, I love you, Mies. I love you, baby. And she was like, I love you. That shit was hilarious. And then, I liked it. I liked how, I think one of my favorite parts was they were sitting up there talking. And I think Juvenile or somebody was talking on Cash Money or something like that when they were stopping and talking No Limit versus Cash Money. And then next thing you know, P, he went up to BG and Juvenile and Master P, dapped both of them up. Like, he shook both of their hand like randomly. I was like, oh shit, that's good to see them, come together. And then Baby said his little shit on at the end of the verses, like he Suge Knight. I like that Tamar came up there and, she was wiping the sweat off Baby while he was talking. That's like her brother-in-law, or used to be her brother-in-law. So, she, riding for him, they're, representing. So it was good. I had a nice time. You know what I mean? Silk the Shocker did they thing, but the people I enjoyed the most was Mia X and BG and Juvenile. Those are the people that I enjoyed the most on the verses. Their energy was on point. Juvenile energy was on point. Mia X energy was on point. BG energy, like BG looked like he was just happy to be free. You know what I'm saying? Like he, because he just got out not too long ago. He looked like he was just happy to be there. And you know what I mean? It was just nice to see. Mia X was on point. Her energy was on point. She really was damn near the only female besides Mercedes on No Limit. She was the only female that was there. Mia X, but her energy was on point. Like she came ready. She ain't came to play. And she still was looking good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Mia X still looked good. And Juvenile, he came to actually perform. You know what I'm saying? He had his energy was on point. He had the best energy on Cash Money on their side. And then BG was just laughing and, smiling and, just enjoying himself. But Juvenile had a better performance. You know what I'm saying? And then Mia X, she did her thing. Master P had they No Limit soldiers on their side. You know what I'm saying? They came in their uniform. I wish Cash Money would have did that, but they didn't. But everybody still looked good. Juvenile had his little soldier rags, you feel me? Camouflage, like it was the 90s all over again. Baby, he's sitting over there. He got his chains on. You know what I'm saying? Baby. Baby had his chains on, you know what I'm saying? Blinging. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was good to see. But yeah, like overall, it was a nice time, man. It was a nice time. One thing I wish I would have went to, I think I remember, like, was it 2021 or some shit? Somewhere up around there. I remember No Limit Records did like a little No Limit reunion. And they had all the No Limit soldiers, performing. And they had a special guest star from Juvenile. So it was like, even though it wasn't a Cash Money and No Limit concert, like tour, should I say? Because I think they were doing arenas. Even though it wasn't a Cash Money and No Limit tour, it would have been like one because they had Juvenile. They had a special guest from Juvenile from Cash Money. They had a special guest from Juvenile on the No Limit Records tour. So I wish I could have went to that. I hope they do something like that again. It's nice to see Cash Money and No Limit together again because they was the shit. And I'm from Georgia. I'm from the South, so you know how that shit go. It was crazy. Saying it was nice to see. I never would have thought I would have got a Cash Money versus No Limit versus. So yeah, it's cool. This was the best one besides Bow Wow versus Soulja Boy. Yeah, these two were the best verses. This was the first verses I watched in a while. The other ones I just saw clips. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I love y'all. Tell me what's y'all thoughts. Everybody be safe. Bye-bye.